Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is 6:00 p.m. on Wednesday, May the 20th, 2026, and I'd like to begin our regular workshop for the Lake City Board of Trustees. Our first item this evening is to discuss letters of interest to fill the on the board.
The only one we received was from Judge.
I like your letter.
Oh, man.
Okay,
That's it.
are we gonna discuss that? It was a good letter.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, no other questions or comments? The next item is to discuss boardwalk. This came to be, Caitlin, who's not here this evening, our new trustee. Did you get the email? Lex got an email out just this afternoon.
I did, yes.
You can read that, but she just has an interest in us looking into making the town more foot traffic accessible, more pedestrian friendly. And, I'm not opposed. I think it's a great idea. In the grand scheme of things, she'd like to see concrete sidewalks like the one we put over there on 3rd Street during that project. All we need is.
Yeah. The greenbacks.
But anyways, it's something that we can discuss and look into. In the past, we had a lot of discussion about the boardwalks and people didn't understand how that worked. But they are actually on town right of ways. But it does state, I believe in our ordinances, that the owners of those adjoining businesses in the boardwalks are responsible for maintenance and like snow removal and that kind of thing. Landon?
If like if a business owner wanted to just remove the boardwalk, could they do that?
Vex?
I mean, really, if we can see historic, it's in our right of way.
Which begs the question, why are they responsible for maintenance on a property that they can't even insure? But that's just my.
Yeah, I mean, these are regulations from, what is this? From over 40 years ago, 1966.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, a little old.
I mean, that's a good question. And I know it's part of the historic part of town. If people replace them with something similar or the like for like, then it doesn't require an HPC review. So I don't know if that's a demolition permit from the historic preservation or not. I'd have to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're just gonna have dirt, and then some of those we have meters under some of them in some places. So our meter pits.
Well, I know a lot of citizens like them, and it gives it, our heritage leaves it kind of feeling like a Western town. So people like them. And I do know it was last year, the year before, we went through getting some fixed because there were some hazards. And, they were starting to look like sway
The
backs.
whole thing is a hazard.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah. The property owner north of, on the east side of Silver, north of the Cannibal Grill, they're going to be replacing that portion this year.
Okay.
And then we're kind of gotten a hold of some people with the Mason Lodge, because that's the other part that's not real good, and trying to get them to fix that.
And that's newer too.
And then the little portion right at the end is actually whoever bought the lots from the Masons right there, that's in their property. But we're going to start conversations with them.
Okay.
And if we have to, I'll have the trustees pass a resolution. So
Trustee Woods?
Okay, well, the boardwalks are historical part of our historic district. I think they're in the guidelines for the Central Business District guidelines. We have a boardwalk ordinance about how they're supposed to be constructed. And the main problem with these ones down towards the end of Silver Street is that some misguided trustees wanted to get more boardwalks put in, and they said it was too expensive to do it according to the code, and they got the council to waive the the construction specifications for the boardwalk ordinance. And at the time, I wanted to have the town pay for the extra concrete to help them. But they just said it's too expensive, and that's why all those ones were constructed improperly. And the ones that go down that way a little and, down at the other end of Silvers too, they were done improperly. So I hope when these are reconstructed, that they will be done according to code.
Interesting.
And I remember when
Thank you.
when they were sway back, and that's what they told me, that there wasn't concrete on something.
Right. I like the boardwalks much more than the concrete.
Well, it's something that Caleb wanted us to discuss. Do you have any other thoughts or comments on that?
No.
Maybe something we can address in the future.
Look for grants.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot to all of that we can dig into for later. There's a lot. So we can talk about that when Caitlin's here.
I do know I've seen some grant opportunities for public safety, and it can fall under that. Yeah, so. All right, well, it's just something we wanted to start a discussion on. Any trustees have any other thoughts or comments? Done, we'll move on. I discussed the Hinsdale County Search and Rescue request to reserve parking on September 16th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Colorado Brand Auto Classic Car Charity Tour on Silver Street, from 2nd to 3rd Street, and on 3rd Street between Denison Avenue and Plus. You guys remember in the past, so yeah, it's all those and all that. Kind of like the Colorado 5 down to town, and they do make donations, and this would help out search and rescue a lot. I'll just speak first. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a neat event. I guess my only little concern would be is having staff make sure that the businesses that are there are made aware of it.
I didn't have it as an action item. It's something we can improve at the next meeting. Would y'all like us to, I guess, reach out to the business owners and talk to them about it and see how they feel about it? Or, and then really, we don't want staff manning the gates, if you will,
Right.
to the street. It would be something that search and rescue would need to do. But we could provide the fencing panels.
Well, I think it would actually bring business to the businesses.
Yeah.
Because all those people come down to look at those cars, so I don't think that is a negative. I guess, I don't know that we need their permission as much as notifying them.
Okay.
you know, that'll be happening.
I'll have it as an action item at the next meeting and then make sure we notify them.
I'm in favor of it. I like it. I mean, that's
I
what
think it's a great idea.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that we had to get permission because it's a public street and
Right.
it's parking.
Well, they want us to block it off and not allow anyone else to park there that pretend to do.
True.
But then it's not really open to the public. We're reserving it for a specific event.
Right.
I heard from this side.
How do you feel about it?
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Sounds like a thumbs up, Lex.
Okay.
Okay, the next item is discuss mobile home residential zoning district performance standards. I read through that. Lex, you want me to lead into it, or you guys?
No, I mean, I provided the code, even the supplementary regulations that first also speaks about no travel homes shall be parked for more than 30 weeks at a time, in a calendar year. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, so y'all have it in front of you, and I don't know how you want to address that. It's the beginning of the summer, definitely not going to make them remove it now, or at least I would recommend we don't do that because it's tourist season and it's all kicking off.
Yeah, well, they're opening up shortly, so I don't think that's an issue. I'll
Yeah.
let trustees speak first. Trustee Woods?
Well, I always understood that to mean occupied RV trailer. And having them stored there over the winter, I don't think was the intent of the ordinance to get rid of keep people from storing them over the winter. It's such a problem for them to do something with them. So I think maybe we should try and change that to say 30 weeks for an occupied
Yeah.
RV trailer.
Next.
Yeah, because in the supplementary regulations, it actually mentions that about being used or occupied. But in the zoning regulation, it says no travel homes may be located within a mobile home park for more than 30 weeks. So y'all are saying, no travel home may be occupied,
No occupied,
For more than 30 weeks.
yeah,
occupied within a mobile home park for more than 30 weeks.
which actually, that one place, it's there all year forever, the one where Duty's place was.
We wouldn't want to take away some of their.
Yeah, that would be punitive.
Yeah, my comment would be,
Yeah.
we've already had to raise their rates. And it's a very short season for those businesses, and I wouldn't want to, hurt their income possibilities. I don't know. I feel like that letter it doesn't really explain what the problem it is, other than,
There isn't, I don't see a problem. here.
unless people want to just look at blank snow-covered RV parks instead of having vehicles sitting there. But, yeah, I'm in agreement with what you guys are saying on that. I did, it's funny, we've been handling a lot of different things, ordinances I just never dealt with over the years. And so we're always working to clean that up and, make them more palatable. As I was reading that, I found it interesting. I was always told that you could have an RV parked in your yard with family in it for 14 days, and it actually says 7 days. And it states that you're not allowed to tie into our water and sewer system.
Yeah.
And in my years as a realtor, I know numerous properties where there's actually hookups at the house. So
Yeah.
that was overlooked in the past as well. So I think we'll be doing clean up on some of these ordinances. Yeah, anything to add? I think that's something that's what we addressing.
Yep.
Taking a look at that. No other comments? Okay, our next item is discuss new proposed location for the water fill station. As you know, we were talking about doing it over there on the far corner of where the workforce housing project would be. And you saw it in Lex's letter probably. It's not working out to be a great location, and the staff has found another location. And I drove by it and looked at it, and I think it makes sense. Lex, you want to explain?
Yeah, there's just plenty of room there. It's not on the corner of a highway. It's not on the corner of a housing development. It's not right by a trail. And it's easy for people to pull in and pull off.
Jesse Woods?
Well, as you know, I haven't been in favor of locking water hydrants up. I think people who are coming through town, or if tourists in town, they should be able to get a little bit of free water.
How much?
And this spending $41,000 to keep us from giving anybody any free water when the town uses millions of gallons a month in leaks in our own system just doesn't seem right. So I think the $41,000 should be spent on fixing leaks.
Yeah, but we have people that every year we get calls from RVs that want to fill up. We have people in Lake City Heights, San Juan Estates that need to fill up.
Yeah.
And so we just need a location where people can come and fill up their tanks and pay for it. Every customer on our system, Henry, pays, so anybody using the town water, which we treat, should pay. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I see backpackers come through and come to the park and look at that pump with the lock on it. They're trying, because they would just want to fill up their water bottles.
Well, they can go to the Hiker Center to do that now. So
Well, and there are people that actually pay for water right now. You'll see guys coming in town that have dry wells, or they have different reasons where they need, and they'll have those 500-gallon tanks on a trailer behind their truck. And I asked Lex about that and they are paying.
Yeah, we've sold several thousand gallons of water this year so far. To people filling up giant tanks, Henry. I mean, big ones.
Where does the,
I think this money could be much better spent.
Well, we've already spent 30 grand on all the innards years ago. And so we're already 30 grand deep into it.
where did, the estimated project cost come from?
It came from the guy doing the research on the piping, getting quotes from GCA, getting a quote from electricians on getting the electrical ran to that spot. So it was from them doing the research and figuring it out.
If they're gonna do a concrete slab, which you should for your water thing,
Yeah,
it can't just be your bagged concrete. I mean, that would be a lot of concrete. So you're looking at least a couple yards.
well, I think it's only going to be about 10 by 12 feet is the concrete part.
Not 6 inch, but yeah, but anybody from Gunnison charges you $1,000 delivery fee right off the top.
You're looking at 4,000.
For 10 by 12 feet.
Yeah.
Well, we were probably looking at,
I mean, if you're gonna use your bagged concrete, you better make sure that you batch all of it correctly. Just like Quikrete and all that. Generally, it's just rated for 3,000. If you have a water structure that's gonna be wet all the time on it, probably needs to be 4,500 PSI or more.
Okay.
Good one, Landon.
And, Trustee Woods, I do agree with you. We are working on getting those water leaks fixed. That's been an ongoing deal. And
I
that's
understand.
why we're getting a new meter over there and that kind of thing, because I agree that's a huge priority. And so we need to work on that as well, so. And I've seen there's grants out there for water conservation. I know Lex is looking into that. Correct, Lex?
yeah, looking into how to fund the AMI metering system, which detects leaks to help us locate them.
Huge. Okay, all the trustees know where he's talking about for that fill station?
Yep.
See it in the letter there.
And it's gonna have like a meter or like how's that pay system gonna work?
Yeah, there's a whole credit card reader, card reader
cool.
thing.
Or,
I mentioned in the past, Gunnison has one.
And then we can get even where the county can get like passes from us or, where for like CDOT and the county, then there's like these refillable cards or.
why give them free water? We get charged for everything.
No, I'm not saying that's for free.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Next item is to discuss resolution 2026-04, stage one voluntary water restrictions. Everybody see that in your packet? I think I remember doing them in the past. Lex, what's the big change is you go ahead and move forward with
The voluntary one,
voluntary.
because we are in a drought situation, but our system, at least at what we can pump at, is keeping up with demand so far, and our tanks are not being drained. So like when it comes to a point where we're struggling to keep the system full, then that's the next stage of water restriction, which are not.
Trustee Woods?
Yeah, asking people to conserve water when the town's losing so much seems kind of contrary, but also, right now in the Colorado River negotiations, the people in Arizona looking at Colorado would say, well, Colorado's not using their full allotment. We want to get that, and they're going to the Bureau of Reclamation to try and take away part of Colorado's allotment. So
So we're conserving and then they want to,
every bit we
Right.
conserve, they're going to try and take.
right, which is not right.
So your answer is water your bond 24/7?
Well,
I hear what you're saying.
You can pay for it.
Teasing.
I agree.
Well, and I want to mention too, like 10 years ago, the town was pumping 1,000 gallons per minute to keep up, just to keep the tanks full and keep up demand. There was a lot more leaks. Now we can pump at 400 and keep the tank full. So we're pumping 600 gallons less, than we were 10 years ago. So there has been a lot of repairs and stuff done.
Yeah, but when we have 24 million gallons pumped in a month and a half, that's our entire water right.
It's 300 to 400 gallons. It's somewhere between 3 and between 3 and 350 probably gallons per minute that we're using currently. So
Yeah, it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool every week.
but it takes millions and millions of dollars and lots of time with very few staff. So, and when to do another major water rehabilitation project, we'll have to take on a loan and water rates will go up again. So it's just one of those things.
And I think the key to this in stage one is it's listed as voluntary.
Yeah.
We're just asking people to conserve where they can. And the thing about those water tanks, keeping them full too, there's the cost of electricity to pump it as well.
Yeah.
And so it is a priority for the town to find those other leaks and, put that to a stop. That is an action item this evening. Be voting on that, but me, it's a no-brainer. We can conserve. Plan ahead. We'll see if it goes, if the summer continues to be dry, when the town is full, how our tanks are keeping up. Okay, any other comments or questions on that item? None. Discuss the draft ADU order.
I did email y'all an update or copy because I didn't realize that when I converted it to a PDF, it had all these artifacts that didn't convert right. So I did email you a cleaner copy of it. I also had a bulleted or like a little bulleted list of what in the ordinance that the planning board is recommending with some of my notes in blue.
It doesn't matter if the ADUs above a garage or
In this, it can be detached, attached, or internal, and that includes a garage attached.
Bruce?
And when we're articulating what needs to be included in the ADU, so facilities for living, sleeping, eating, cooking, and sanitation. Sanitation may be a little too general.
I mean sewer.
I know, but maybe it should say that,
I mean,
because you could put a camping potty in there.
No.
That's
It
sanitation.
wouldn't get the building permit. It wouldn't get a certificate of occupancy.
No.
Okay, I just worried.
Put a porta john in the garage.
Oh my God, sanitary, right?
Anything on that, Henry?
No, we can do that.
Well, some towns in Colorado have put a restriction passed an ordinance that if you were building a house over a certain size or certain monetary value, that you were required to have an ADU that would house workers.
Yeah, this is just the starting point for the ADU stuff.
Yeah.
Which it would just allow them to be used in other zoning districts that they're not currently allowed and giving development standards and regulations around that.
And that's a private property rights issue.
I thought we talked about that.
Yeah. I don't agree
The
with
other
that.
thing I saw was that when they talked about having it on the same water and sewer, system as the main house, that maybe, I don't know if there's a possibility that they would put the ADU over on a separate lot. They own multiple lots, and then you'd end up with a common tap if somebody ever wanted to
And this,
sell that. So I think it should be somehow they're not gonna
That's been
sell it
discussed.
or
It
should
would,
be on
it
the
would
same lot?
be restricted if they're on separate lots.
Even if it's on the same lot and it has and it's a common tap that is a detached ADU, there would be some other deep restriction mechanism for that. And they would still have to go through the process of requesting the common tap.
And
Which
look,
then also approved. Yeah, Dan?
Dan?
oh, I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, most of the legislation that has been passed in this requires the ADU to be an accessory dwelling unit on the same lot. And it has to be, it can't be the only, it has to be an accessory to a primary structure or dwelling. So, if you have a couple smaller lots, what most places are doing is making you combine those lots, build your house, and then build an ADU. And I know this is preliminary, but I just wanted to get that out there.
And in this ADU or in this ordinance, it has to be built on the same lot. There's no.
You can't build an ADU first either.
No.
No,
I mean, and if it's a part of your whole, your
Plan.
your plan, part of your building permit where you're building both, it can't be. So they recommended 200 square feet to 1,000 square feet floor area for them. The rural district had, which was the only place where you could build an ADU legally, was 440 to 1,800 square feet. Yeah, I did see, Dave, I forgot to send it to you, but there was a caboose and it's 240 square feet and they made like a short-term rental out of it. They have all the facilities in there and they were able to cram it in there, but it's not ideal for the living space.
Well, that was gonna be my comment. I sat in on those meetings
Mhm.
and when they said 200 square feet, I went, no. And if you guys know, that's 10 feet this way and 20 feet that way.
Right.
You're gonna sleep, shower, eat, and have clothing. I also looked up, modern jail cells are slightly under 200 square feet.
Yeah.
And my gut on that is, it was brought up at the meeting, but one of the ordinances where it talks about like apartment buildings or, fourplexes,
Yeah.
that the minimum size in there is 440.
Yeah.
And my gut on this is if it's attached or within an existing home, because they're even talking about you could take part of your house, have an external door to it, turn that into a separate living space and have that, I could see that at the 440. I just think there needs to be a minimum, and then I'm only one of you guys, but I'm just telling you my other thoughts, is that if it's a detached, a standalone, I think it should be 600 square feet minimum.
Well, 500 is what the state requires to be an ADU supportive jurisdiction. That's what a minimum of 5.
I did talk with Gabe and on a standalone, he didn't think, he was totally in agreement that it shouldn't be 200 square feet.
Yeah.
But he also said if they say 440 and the plans come to me and it's 430, I'm not going to freak out about it. So he'll have a little leeway in there. I just, you start putting up a ton, and I don't know how many people are even going to follow through with this, but, things that look like little tough sheds and people are living in them and
Yeah.
stuff. And probably not a good choice of word, but kind of a shanty town. All of a sudden every house has all these little dwellings. And I just, as I've been researching this, I shared with you, Lex, that there's a company and that's all they do is ADUs. And they're great looking and they've come a long way with them. And it's kind of like the tiny home thing.
Yeah.
But I've also watched some of those tiny home programs and I guess if that's good for that person, but I couldn't live in it.
Yeah.
We're talking living. And then I only had one more question, Lex, that I wanted to pass on to them is there a,
They're done reviewing all this. These are the recommendations for the trustees to talk about and then
Right.
decide what y'all want to see in it. Yeah.
right, and that's why we're having the discussion, but
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if this is a detail that would be looked at later or is just fall under Gabe's existing guidelines is how many people can you have in one? I mean,
They're
is
mostly
there-
single family residences. And
But
so
how many
there'll be an occupancy, like when you get your certificate of occupancy, you have a max occupancy issued.
Okay. Do you see my point?
Yeah.
440 and now you got mom, dad, and 2 kids. I I think there is a minimal square footage requirement. Maybe that's already covered by,
Fire code.
yeah, in building ordinances.
Yeah. So should we change it to, y'all want to put at least 400 square feet?
Definitely.
400 or 440?
I like 440.
Yeah, I like it too.
And then detached.
It's best to have it all flat. It just gets real complicated for,
I think that's too big a minimum. 440, I think we should do like 300. Even that I know is small, but
What's the square footage of a tin can apartment? 248 square feet or something?
yeah, or something like that. It's real small.
I mean, I lived there.
At the tin can,
$2.
well, they divided some of them in the past. They weren't originally built that small.
Yeah.
I know the upstairs, I went in there, they chopped them up into little things, but they're out of compliance, so.
Yeah.
I think 440, I mean, if you're gonna live there, it's one thing if you're gonna rent it for a weekend or something like that, but man, 440 is awfully small.
You want to meet halfway into 380?
somebody might not have room on their lot.
Yeah, some of the lots here are very small.
Well,
We have to have two,
sometimes
obviously, but
may not be able to have one.
that was my thought on the parking thing too, and I did read that in there, but we have.
I mean, that's
parking
20 by
issues
20 or
already.
22 by 22. That's big.
For the 440.
What is it? What is that 440? It's,
Well, it's 20,
yeah, 20 by 20, isn't it?
that would be 400.
It'll be 400.
Yeah, it's 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty big for an ADU, that. I mean, that's not a,
I mean, yeah, there's studio apartments that are like 200 square feet, 240.
It's up to you guys. I guess I'm the,
probably like 300.
300,
It's livable.
300. All right. 300 is. All right.
and a standalone should be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just, well,
That's just me.
okay, I'm gonna put 300 for now. We can figure it out later. Yeah. You know, is there any other feedback on this book? And like with the ordinance too, there's a couple things I need to talk to Dan about. I got the draft ordinance and then I cleaned it up. But there's a couple of things I need to talk to Dan about that he hasn't had a chance to review. We do have an action item set a public hearing, so we can get some public feedback on it. But I'm going to suggest that we do it on June 17th because I won't have enough time to notice it for June 3rd. And it gives Dan and I some time to clean up the ordinance, make any changes y'all want, and then have that reviewed on June 3rd.
Here.
What I do like about it is that it states in there clearly that the purpose of this is workforce housing and seniors.
Yeah.
And no short-term rentals in them. So the whole reason we're doing this is to work with our housing plans. And that was one of the recommendations was this is another way of providing places for people to live.
And this also will make us eligible to become an ADU supported jurisdiction, which once we get that opens up additional funding for either an ADU incentive programs, getting pre-designed engineered drawings for ADUs that offer an incentive program. And so it opens up some additional housing, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Any other comments? Okay, we will move on. Review draft of the employee handbook. It is extremely thorough. I think it covers just about it.
Yeah, so
Did you guys review that?
uh,
We didn't mean to run you off.
No, thank you for the support
Should
for
we?
search and rescue. We weren't sure, didn't want to be disrespectful and leave on you, but
Oh, that's fine.
oh no, you're good.
No, you're fine,
The
yeah.
next thing on the agenda you might be interested in, Patrick.
all right, anything else?
So yeah, we hadn't updated our book or our handbook since 2017, and there's a lot of things that we weren't current with labor law. And some of the biggest changes is that sick time won't be paid out anymore. Where before it was 25% for every hour, and then there's people converting once a year. If you have over 260 hours of sick time, you would be able to convert some of it to for every 2 hours of sick to 1 vacation. We got rid of that. That's not in there anymore. We are required by law to, for all employees, including seasonal and part-time, they get paid sick time off as well. And, which is another reason to get rid of it. But that also, this also will change that so that part-time employees will accrue 1 hour of sick time for every 30 hours worked. We,
Is it use or lose?
for part-time seasonal people, it caps at 48, which is the state minimum or the state minimum. For the town employees, it's still at 360 max accrual. And also in there is still the donation of sick time if someone gets really sick, which was in the old policy. Then one employee can donate sick time to another. The stipend. So for the public works guys on the weekends and holiday, which they won't get overtime for the regular hours, but they will get the $40 stipend for every day that they're on call on weekends and holidays, which was another thing that we had talked about like over the past couple of years. But that's also in here so that there'd be a $40 stipend for someone who's on call.
For each department or just?
No, the only public works is on call.
So to donate leave, it goes straight from sick to sick.
Yeah, it's just sick.
Usually, I mean, historically, I've seen it and it's always been annual to sick. It's always been vacation to sick.
Well,
So you don't affect that person that's donating, you don't affect them.
the sick, since we don't pay it out, it doesn't affect anyone, and there'll be a minimum of, like, I think that's one of the things I need to add, was the 48 hours, like you can, if you donate sick, you cannot donate, you gotta have at least 48 hours of sick time yourself, you can't empty out your sick time and give someone else your sick time. Yeah.
I just don't think that's a good way to do it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, some of those things can get tricky, but the fact that we don't pay it out, it shouldn't matter. And yeah, I mean, it was like overwhelmingly all staff wanted that to remain in case, it's so expensive out here, you get cancer and then you're gonna burn through your sick time real quick just seeing doctors, not even getting treatment.
Right.
So, that's still in there. Yeah, did y'all have any other questions on it?
Pretty comprehensive,
Yeah.
48 pages.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Is each employee gonna have to sign it? when they-
Yeah, they're already reviewing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I read that thing, like, yeah, no thanks, I'll find another job. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So, what'd you say? Well, no, it's not an action item. We'll do it by resolution at the next meeting.
Okay.
And there's something else in there too that's new, is that the state requires us to give public health emergency leave. So like if they declare a pandemic and everyone has to stay home and you can't go to work, then we automatically have to give everyone another 40 hours of paid time off. And there's all these rules and regulations around that's in there.
But it's mandated.
But it's mandated. It's something that we should have been doing for the past 4 years. And so that's also new. Anything else? No, we kept the vacation accrual caps the same. All right, well, anything else?
I think you did a thorough job.
Yeah.
And we still need to come up with a welcome and a contact page.
Good job, Lex. Next time to discuss 8th Street right-of-way use agreement. This is one that we do work on, so I'd like to let you give us an update.
So the bulleted list is what James is seeking or asking for. He's really firm on having a long-term lease. He's not asking for 60 years anymore. And but originally we had said, what we had pitched, Dan and I, was 5 years, that renews automatically every 5 years, that there's not an issue. I don't know what, Dan, do you want to speak to this? Because you had said that there's mechanisms within the lease that could protect us if we did need it sooner than later.
Yeah, we discussed with James quite a bit, and I just like I told you guys, I was not comfortable doing a lease to start out with. The more we hashed it out, the more I think we can get there with a lease, and still protect you guys. The biggest thing is, if you're going to use that right of way for right of way purposes, or if it's a blight issue. With this owner, I don't see that being an issue, but I'm paid to be paranoid, so he's going to sell it to someone who has some money who is just a slob. And I think we can put provisions in there that protect the town. So I'm not as sold on it not being a lease, and I'm sorry to speak in double negatives, but I I think we can get there. The one thing I did forgot until I got off the phone with them is in order to pass a lease for longer than a year, there's a statute that requires it to be done by ordinance. So all you have in front of you is the bullet points. But I was real upfront with them. They were really great to work with, really accommodating where they could be, and then where they couldn't be, they said, "Yeah, what can we do to work through this so we can all be on the same page?" So I don't have a lot of heartburn about protecting the town's interest based on those terms. Is there anything you guys? Looks like a couple.
If the land were to sell to a different owner operator, would the lease agreement still continue? Because
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
Stays with the land.
it stays with the land, but if we're comfortable with
So-
this owner and not so comfortable with the next.
But yeah,
Can
there's
you say
that.
that last part again? I'm sorry.
Like if we're cool with James, but the next owner we're not, what is our recourse?
So they'll still be subject to the limited uses. There's no construction of a structure on there without the town's approval. If it does get untidy, they have 60 days to cure that. We let them know, and if they don't cure within that 60 days, we can terminate the lease. So we still have all the protections that we would have. And yeah, maybe you would worry about it, not with this owner, but with subsequent owners, but those protections would go along with the lease to the next owner.
So the town hasn't signed a long-term lease since I think the last one was 1996.
Well,
And over time, it's been a wide range of like what that lease costs per year. And some of them were like the one down by the RV park that was $100. It was $1,000 every 10 years they were to pay. But if with all the turnover in the town, when I found all these things, I discovered that no one had been collecting on these, and they were just getting in for free until I collected on a couple. But so that and even $100 a year for for using the right of way for profit is, I don't know, something that maybe the trustees should keep in mind. Henry, you got an opinion about that?
no, go ahead. I was gonna bring something up.
So we need to determine an amount that they're going to pay, more or less the lease, the rent of the space.
Well, I agree with you, the fact that it's a commercial enterprise and, they're making money off of it as compared to some of the other ones. I do know of some old leases in place that were just kind of common sense, like a home was built in the town's right of way.
Right.
But I know of one on Water Street, and Water Street's never gonna be a 4-laner. If it is, it's somebody else's problem. I'm out of here. But, that's common sense. You can't make them move the house. And so what they did is they gave a strip of land 10 feet wide that
Right.
goes on for 90 years or something like that. But, you know, I with this one, we may want to consider, what that fee is.
How much does it cost to store 8 vehicles, open storage?
I mean, that would be a lot.
Yeah, it's just used by land, you're renting the
Who's-
acres.
Still,
Who's storing?
because that's what it's being used for, it's just.
It's storing vehicles for sale, vehicles that are for
It would be
rent.
different if he was charging for the
Right.
vehicles that he was storing.
Right.
As a reference. as a-
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
a-
it would be thousands of dollars a month.
I don't think we should be crazy about it,
No.
but I just think there could be an equitable way in there where it helps the town a little bit. And my big thing is protecting us and the event we ever truly need that land again, and I think this protects us. With where it's at right now.
And I mean, $100 a year, maybe in 1996, but it's 30 years later and nothing is $100 a year. So
So what's the suggestion?
I would like y'all to discuss that. I just gave my
1,200 a year, is that too much?
That's $100 a month.
I mean, because he's getting the 30-year lease instead of a 5-1 or a revocable encroachment permit. He's getting what he wants, and he can sell it with the land as well. And that's part of the marketing and selling the place. Hey, you have this lease for another 10 or 20 years,
Right.
and so he can make profit off selling his business as well.
What's the actual acre? Is there?
The usable feet,
Square footage.
it doesn't say that in the survey. It just shows
Well, what's the alley?
it's 80 feet
Yeah.
wide, but with that ditch there, it's not 80 feet wide, with that drainage area of Pete's Lake. I don't know how many square feet it is. There's something else, that should be something else to keep in mind
Is it
too.
something that we have to decide tonight or?
I don't know if the ordinance requires 2 readings or not, Dan.
No, it can be a single reading. I think what we're looking for tonight is guidance from you guys in a general ballpark. These guys have been really nice to work with, so you might even consider asking them what they think is fair. I wish I had seen the property and have some kind of idea of the size and location, what's usable, but I don't. So I'm relying heavily on you guys.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you some of the feedback I got from citizens was no junk storage. And
Right.
I did speak with somebody, and this guy is very known for clean businesses. In fact, I've been told he's doing a remodel of the storefront and, wants to make it nice. So I think we're covered here. I just don't want to see it revert to how it is now. I personally think it's an eyesore, and it ties in with us enforcing our junk ordinances to clean the town up some. I've always found it interesting. You go to this gorgeous place in the mountains, and your entrance as you come in looks like a junkyard. And so I think that has to fall in line with our other ordinance as well. So, Trustee Woods.
Well, I'm not concerned with the fees that much. I think we should, I don't think we should charge them a lot for the fee. I think that as long as we're getting this really good fishing access through that property, and we need to have I assume you're gonna have a really good description. I mean, it just says fishing access.
I mean, yeah,
We're gonna have a description, should say something like,
Is this
4 feet on each side of the high water mark or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't know the topographical layout of, I don't want fishing access to be like, oh, you can walk up to this cliff. And so, yeah, we can figure something out, but it will be more specific than that for sure.
Has he agreed for the fishing access when it's on his property upriver?
yeah, as long as we got the liability and we indemnify him, which he'll indemnify us too for the use of the HB right away. That's what the related liability installation is. Yeah, he agreed to that, but that was one of the things where, he wanted the long-term lease if he's agreeing to that.
Right. Well, and if you guys have walked over there and looked at it, most of that it's very steep. You're not going to walk down it, But I also don't think that the fishing access entitles you to walk across their property to get down to the river. We're talking if you're walking along the bank, like Henry said, and that kind of stuff.
Your
So,
waiters.
Yeah.
yeah. And
You know, Camille said something about trying to put a small trail there, and I know it's really steep, but most of these fishing accesses that I've seen are described as a certain number of feet above the high water mark.
right.
And, you know, down there by Gorsuch, it's 12 feet on each side of the high water mark of the river.
Yeah.
And so I need to have a detailed description of that fishing access, and maybe somebody who's more of a fly fisherman would have input too. We'll look at it, but we need to definitely have a detailed description of that fishing access. And I'm not worried about the fees.
Yeah, I don't think that will be a problem with these guys to negotiate that and make something fair and usable. The other thing I think you should keep in mind when you're determining what fee you want to ask for is what you're really getting is the certainty that that property will be maintained nice and clean. So there is some value to the town for that, especially with it being your entryway.
Landlord.
Yeah, I mean, I just, from an administrative point of view, whatever it is, I mean, even paying it every 10 years is, kind of problematic, but
1,200 years.
I-
or something.
no, that's too much.
If I went to go just to store 4 cars, I'm looking at 200 a month. Any piece of property or wherever I live,
Yeah, but I don't know that would be
there's a lot more property there, and it's our property, and we're leasing it.
I think just based on I think that, but I get what you're saying is you're justifying a base per vehicle and there's 35 razors out
There's
there.
the cost of somebody else, if they walked in here like, hey, y'all are leasing property.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least, I would like to say, I like the idea of 1,200, but I think 600 is a year is more equitable. Because it's just a piece of property, we're not gonna use it. It's $50 a month, which is a good, consistent, easy dollar. They use, and they've used it forever for free, I think.
I mean, they had, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not in the real estate business of being landlords.
We're not in the business of I think since 1996, we haven't been in the business of leasing any land to anybody. Except for this property at one point, 2003, and that was their attempt to do that.
Yeah,
It's a benefit to the town as well.
right.
I mean,
And I think there's a way to have that as a win-win, and I think this guy's gonna be a benefit to the town.
Yeah.
But
I like 50.
at the same time, the fact that it is a commercial enterprise and it's adding land to that, I think is room there to charge something per year without, running them off. But that's just my personal gut feel.
So I get the real estate part of it too.
I still think that a good dedicated fishing access through there should be our priority.
It will be, but even getting the insurance to cover that will also be an increased cost to us. That's what we're going to realize every year.
That'd be a good thing to know when you decide.
Because this will link the Lake Fork Conservancy project property to the city property upstream or upstream from it.
Right.
So we have they've agreed to the fishing access. They've agreed to maintain it in an orderly manner. And the other thing that I was just thinking of when you guys were talking about it's being a benefit to Lake City is potentially them being able to store some rental units or whatever they're going to do there is going to generate some tax revenue for you guys. So that's something
what I think.
to consider. And some towns I work with, cut breaks on certain things to incentivize business to come in and generate some tax.
Yeah, I think that's part of the business is that generates tax revenue and stuff, and it's helpful to the benefit. And I think that $50 a month is justifiable for both his side, ours, and our side. So,
Okay.
$600 a year.
And it is, by the way, one of the largest taxpayers in the town.
Totally.
So 600 sound good to everybody?
That's good to me.
All right, so we'll get a draft going, and we'll have it as an action item, a workshop item, action item at the June 3rd meeting. And we'll see it, yeah.
Yeah, you still have to negotiate it.
Yeah,
I think that's what you were asking.
Yeah.
Or,
I needed to know, so.
okay,
Perfect.
and Henry, you're getting the fishing act.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean trustee Wood. Okay, anything else on that? Thank you, Dan and Les, for your work on that. I hope that works out. I think it'll be a benefit, to having a business owner and for the town. Okay, next item is review ordinance 2026-05, adopting by reference the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code.
No.
No.
That's really,
This is one, once again, it's a mandate.
unfunded.
And I,
Yeah.
yeah, but Dan, we can't say no.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Is there some other type of agreement where?
no, but
Absolutely.
disagree with. We have to, especially if we're gonna go after grant money, because they're gonna ask us, have you implemented this? Is this something you adopted? Yet, are you doing this? Is this in your employee's personnel policy?
State government holds us hostage all the time and it really is.
So does federal government.
I don't, it's annoying.
Well, there's not much to add to that. I just want to say that I absolutely disagree with it.
I
I do
On
too.
the record.
I think all
I think a
these
lot of people do, but we don't really have a choice. I did like when we had a discussion with, Mr. McNeese. And, you know, there's a little bit of leeway in there, but apparently it's something we don't have a choice in, correct?
And also, under section 103.1, it says the town of Lake City town manager or their designee shall be the code official, and that you or your designee will be responsible for implementation, administration, and enforcement.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dan, can we just say that's just the building official and not me?
So that I left that pretty broad for the specific reason that you know, if he decides to move somewhere else, we still have someone that is required language. And I amended it to put the town manager so Lex can designate whoever he wants. I'd obviously recommend you designate Gabe. If you want me to make that change right now, though, I can. That's fine.
I mean, I don't review building permits. I don't do any of that. stuff.
Right.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, that's heavily on the designee for you. If you're good with it.
And that's why we have an IGA with the county for our building inspector.
Yeah, and this is technically a change for a land use code.
Trustee Woods?
So, you know, on the page 24,
Of the actual code itself.
I've been looking for the part about the historical.
It's in there. There's an exception for the historic preservation.
Excuse me.
Can you tell me where it is?
I mean, I'd have to read it again and tell you.
I do
What?
know it is in there. I'll look for it while you are as well.
Yeah.
What is it, say 2025?
I think I printed it out, but I didn't bring it in me. But it is the 2025 wildfire resilience code.
Okay.
I didn't bring mine, but it's there. You can just do a search.
What
or
page?
Pull it up and then Control F, then you can do a search
I
for it.
think it'd be on the exceptions right at the beginning of the.
What page,
Then-
Henry?
Well, no, he hasn't found it yet. And I don't have the copy of the full code. I printed it out when I grabbed it.
Well, it's not something we can change anyway.
Yes, but there is an exception in there for historic preservation.
Yes.
And that we have to create a whole nother variance procedure for that, which is something that I get
Ooh.
Trustee Woods, I'll keep looking for it, if you guys wanna, and I'll let you know when I find it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Other than that, anybody else have any questions on that or comments?
I disagree with it.
So do I. The cost of building is gonna go up immensely. Hopefully not.
At the fire code?
With the resiliency code, yeah, absolutely. It's a burden. It's another burden. It's another unfunded mandate.
No one will build.
Well, fortunately, the town's darn near built out anyways.
I think we should only have concrete houses.
Me too. I like it.
When
Like-
when you
Go
guys
ahead.
are done building your Soviet Russian architecture with your concrete houses, that exception is 102.9.1. It says historic preservation exemption. The authority having jurisdiction may establish a historic preservation exemption or exemptions in their jurisdiction that consist of the.
I'm sorry.
It's just
What page?
It's on
uh,
page 9, page 9.
yeah, mine says 8, and I don't know if I'm looking at, but 102.9.1.
It's in there, Henry, and Lex can work on it.
There it is.
We have to wrap up the workshop. Thank you. Our last item is to discuss trustee committee appointments. We've had just some discussion on this. Kaylin told me she contacted the Chamber of Commerce and she's getting set up on that to be attending their first meeting. So I think Kaylin is going to be handling the chamber. Yeah, Nathan has said he's willing to do Region 10.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no chance that I have enough time to do another committee. I don't have, with a full work schedule, building a personal house and all the rest of the stuff I got going on. That will be hard for me to commit, even if it's once a month. To Mac or,
Mac is every 3 months.
well, in the premise of that I work over 77 hours a week, I can't make it.
Okay, well, what do you feel about the other ones? Henry, you want to continue with Lake St. Christopher Water Activity Enterprise? Okay, and then the Gunnison Basin Roundtable, you want to stay on that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You know, I'm the only person on the Lake San Cristobal Water Activity Board that's
From Lake City.
been there, that's been there since the very beginning, the very conception of the project.
Cool.
So I think we all agree you can stay there. All right,
Thank you.
okay,
And, you know, I was on that High Alpine Committee. I don't know if they're ever gonna do anything again. but-
it's not even listed anymore.
No, it dissolved. They didn't have find money. They couldn't all get along and it never went anywhere.
Trustee Bruce is on Marketing Committee and enjoys that most of it.
Yes,
If
please.
you were to change your mind, Kaylin showed interest in that, but she's happy right now with the chamber.
Yes,
And your dirt,
yes.
dirt representative. And then Region 10. You. I don't know what to say about the MAC committee.
And then, is there any future trustees that would be interested in the MAC committee?
Do
No,
I have permission to speak? In workshop, usually you have to get permission to speak.
Yes,
Thank you. I don't even know what MAC it is. I don't know what that
Multi-agency
is.
coordination.
coordination. It's it's regional, so it's multi-counties.
It sure doesn't seem like something that.
It's fire, it's fire, it's
Expertise.
Mutual aid, they do mutual aid agreements.
sheriff's office, town of Lake
So how
City,
did you-
county.
Okay, how about, I'll be on the MAC committee.
okay. I've attended some of their meetings, and that's what it is. It's an interagency agreement, and they talk about things like when we were going over the Lake City Emergency Disaster Plan. There was people from everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Forest Service, BLM, all that. And they come in there and then our representative basically gets to share things about Lake City. Like, you know, one of the points I brought up was in our last emergency when the avalanches were happening, that there was no secondary escape route from the ball flats. And then they did that emergency thing going up out through the Texan there. And it's that kind of thing, so that there's a local representation to share things that they wouldn't know about the town.
If that is what the board would want me to do, if you make me trustee, then I shall do so. What?
Well, I mean, I'd rather not be a part of the committee, but it's also something very important. Like, when it does happen, we do have to have a representative there, you know, to speak on our behalf.
Okay, well,
I'm not opposed to doing it post, like in the future, it's just in the current situation, there's no chance I could make.
okay.
In 1 year time, he'll do it.
1 year time, I'll do it.
Yep, I'd say we give
Ooh.
Lennon 1 year to get his house built. That'll be a record. That'll be a record in Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay. And we will talk to a future trustee about MAC.
Okay.
And then if a future trustee has, well, you can arm wrestle for the other. Okay, are we in agreement with those?
Here, here.
That's-
Yeah, sure. I have the adjustments I need.
Well, you told me at some point in time we have to do it by resolution.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I'll make a note to create, a committee resolution for the next meeting.
Since we can do it legally, so it's never been done in the past.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff.
You brought it up to me.
Yeah,
I didn't. I said we should just go, yeah, that sounds good. Congratulations.
Y'all gonna start approving driveway cut permits, because that's what it says in the code. I didn't know that until recently.
Okay. Okay, everybody happy with those? I annoyed you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the last item on our workshop for this evening. The time is 7:06 PM. 7:07, so we will begin our regular meeting at 7:17, all right?
Thank you.
10 minutes. Good evening, everyone. It is 7:17 on Wednesday, May the 20th, 2026. And I would now like to call the regular meeting of the Town of Lake City Board of Trustees to order. Begin with the pledge of allegiance. Nathan, you lead.
Put your allegiance in the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hold my breath.
Did you forget the words?
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Bruce.
Here.
Ribisano, not here. Winery,
here.
Woods, here. Weast, here. Roberts,
Here.
and, do we want to, I should have put, well, okay, never mind. Thank you.
Okay. Next is Tina, okay?
Tina is on vacation.
Thank you. All right, next item, approval of the agenda for the regular meeting tonight, May 20th, 2026. Do you have any additions or changes? I know, Lex, you corrected it prior.
Yeah, I did.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Make the motion to approve the regular meeting.
What's a second? We'll call it.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Winery,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. Okay, next we have a public hearing. The purpose is a public hearing to receive public comment on the adoption of the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code. I've now open up the public hearing. Anybody that has any comments in regard? We have a few people in here this evening. Do you have anything on this? Anybody online have any comments? Unmute yourself or raise your hand. Seeing none? Now close the public hearing in regards to the adoption of the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resilience Bill. Next item, regular meeting minutes from April 22nd.
I make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2026.
I second.
Motion second. Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Winterick, C, Woods,
Yes,
Waste,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. Next item, bills payable. May 20th this evening. We have a copy of those. Any red flags? Like I noticed we're paying, the large chunk was for the housing.
Let's see, yeah, the large chunk is for the Lake Point Road. That is two of them because we missed, invoice number 8, which is 2 invoices ago, but that's the 3,000 or the 2,087 invoice.
what is Streamline?
Streamline is our website. What? It's our website and the ADA accessibility function of our website.
Any other comments or questions on the bills payable? Would anybody care to make a motion to pay the bill?
Make a motion. Approve the bills for May 20th, 2026 in the amount of $60,994.93.
I second.
Motion and second. Obviously, no discussion. Roll call vote.
Bruce.
Yes.
Winterick.
Yes.
Woods.
Yes.
Waste. Yes. Roberts.
Yes. Next item, citizens' comments on items not on the agenda. Are there any citizens here or online that would like to make any comments? Once again, raise your hand and mute yourself if you have a comment. Seeing none? Nobody in the room raising their hand? Yeah, move on. Next is committee report. First one is Lake San Francisco Water Activity Enterprise, trustee Wood.
Well, at our meeting last month, somebody found a problem with the budget and we had to revise it. And so we're having another meeting on June 7th to finalize our budget. We're working with an engineer to get prices to install a low flow outlet at the lake to ensure more accurate measurements of required releases when there's a call on the river. The content of the lake is around 94% right now. But definitely expecting some directions from the state to let water out. And I just want to say that, there was a lot of skeptics when we were damming up the lake. And, but I think come around this August, when there's all these calls on the river, then we'll all be glad that we did it.
Else? Any trustees have any questions for trustee Woods? Hearing none, our next item is Gunnison Basin Roundtable, also trustee Woods.
Well, I will have a written report. I attended the meeting on Monday. I'll have a written report by the next month. We funded some projects, grants, and there's, things are really dire. It looks like it looks like Blue Mesa may fall below the power generation level this summer. And the people in Arizona are wanting to take Powell below the power generation level just so they could have more water for that central Arizona project. So those are the high points.
Any questions? Hearing none. Our next item, committee is historic preservation.
We don't pay the living of them.
Next is Chamber of Commerce. That will be, trustee Trevisano. He, let me know in an email that she contacted the chamber, found out how to get, signed up on that board, which will be attending their next meeting. Next is Marketing Committee, trustee Bruce.
The vacation guides are in and they're gorgeous. So if you get a chance, run by the chamber and pick one up. All of our website analytics are up. And Mission to Market is doing a great job. May and June content June content will focus on alpine loop safety and etiquette, outdoor recreation opportunities. They're doing a lot of good stuff.
People listen. Sorry. Nothing.
No, what?
If people listen.
Which people? Oh, the etiquette thing? Oh, yeah, I know. But we have to put it out there, so.
Okay. Lex, you guys keep some of those guys in the office?
We usually get some every year. I was making a note to see if we need to pick them up. Usually they bring it to us or Gateway.
Okay. All right. Any questions on the Marketing Committee? Hearing none. Next is the MAC Committee,
I wasn't there.
to be determined.
It wasn't a meeting.
Anybody have a red line I can cross out Winery?
God, I'm getting Greek. You should just want me to do it. How many times do they meet?
4 times a year at most.
Maybe.
It's okay, man.
If
We
there-
gave you a year off.
if there's an emergency or something's going down, they may have like an emergency meeting. But besides that,
I feel like I'd be pretty good at it.
I think you would be good.
I agree.
I don't do.
All right, yay. And just let me know if you can't make a meeting, because one of us needs to be there. I'll go.
And you'll get, and
How
so
do I get the form about it all?
you need to give Bill Graham his email. Just now, or make sure they know that it's changed.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for accepting. I guess.
You're welcome. I felt terrible.
Good.
Okay, next. I would say no questions. All right, next is Dirt, trustee Bruce.
We received our national accreditation again. And Chrissy said the press release has been provided to you, the Lex, and for our national accreditation. And it should be out in the paper.
Yeah, I'm thinking of forwarding it.
I didn't see it, but that's okay. And the really good news is that the playground gap is down to $4,743.
Wow.
And we expect one more check. And Lex is working to close out all the grants.
Yeah, well, Christine and I will
Report.
soon, yeah. We got to get we haven't got the last invoice from Playground to pay it to be able to close it out yet.
It's gonna be, that is awesome.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, it just took 2 years, but yeah,
I know, but,
2.5.
and it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting heavily used already.
I know.
I think it's great. All right.
Flowers will arrive on June 2nd. And then Wednesday markets start on June 3rd. And we have a meeting tomorrow night. Or tomorrow late afternoon.
All right. I say congratulations.
Accreditation.
accreditation. I think
Yep.
that's awesome. And thank you very much to Dirt. They do a great job for our town.
Yeah, they
We
do.
appreciate it very much.
I love to scoop dirt.
You do?
Anybody else have any other questions or comments about Dirt? Hearing none. Next is Region 10.
You.
The next, haven't had a meeting since the last one. I won't reiterate on that. And now we have a new trustee who will be attending either via Zoom or in person on June 11th. And so the next report will be coming from
Nathan.
trustee Weiss.
Yay.
All right. I can tell you the BLF committee, the loan fund, has been very active and making some loans to some great companies. And I haven't got any more word, but I heard that there is 3 different people from Lake City that have been working with them in business development, possibly getting loans. So
That's great.
yeah, that's good. Maybe our sliver on the pie chart might actually show up. Okay, that's all I have on that. Next, planning and zoning.
All they did was make the recommendations for the ADU. And then they'll be reviewing, there'll be a public hearing on a conditional use application this month. And then they'll be reviewing Alpine Outposts conditional use where they put in those bushes instead of a fence, and they'll be reviewing that.
Okay. By the way, I did do a drive-by and those little bushes are actually sprouting leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'm planning and zoning.
No.
Okay, next is town manager, Mr. Lowell's report.
So we should have the audit done by the end of the week, the 2025 audit, and that'll be on a discussion in the next meeting. CIRSA's training was supposed to happen today at 5, but since Kaylin wasn't here, and then Sam also didn't want to drive in case there was bad weather. I don't know if that's still the case. So he would be able to come back on the mid-June meeting. And so at 5 p.m. on June 17th, we'll have a trustee training with CIRSA at 5 p.m. Been working on, went and took pictures, about to draft and mail out about 35 junk notices, junk violation notices. That'll focus on everything south of Peaks Lake and west of Lake Fork of the river. We'll do that chunk first. We do have about 6 volunteers so far for the community junk cleanup to help us. I think people are getting in town, so we've been getting a lot more calls lately about it. And for anyone that's listening, if you do need assistance in removing the metal junk, then please find the application for assistance on our website or give the town office a call. But yeah, I've probably already spent just probably about 16 hours just taking the pictures and then organizing all the files before I start writing all the notices. Yeah, more like 12. But
What is the junk cleanup day?
13.
the 13th and 14th, and then August 29th and 30th. I believe that's right. Yeah. And that's for town residential properties only, since we're doing the code enforcement for now, and we'll see how that goes this year, and maybe we can do some broader next year with the county, or the county can do something to help out their residents. Something else to keep in mind about that H Street right away, like there is all those tires there, but I was doing some research, and there used to be places in Colorado where you could take tires, or that would take tires rather, but 2 of them have been closed down, and there's only 1 now in Colorado. And we're on the sticks, so whenever those people decide to come pick up, or if they're going to Creed or Gunnison, then they come here to pick up tires. So there is a limited time frame for when tires like that can be picked up. I just wanted to throw that out there. I did some research and discovered.
I did hear it's in the works. So
Yeah.
the guys contacted us, them.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But, yeah, so that's all I got. I got to check up with that. Anybody got questions for me?
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Thank you, Lex. Okay, next is the town engineer report. Ms. Fagan, and, I would just say thank you for your photo report again. Pictures worth 1,000 words. And on my last drive-by as of today, there's a flurry of activity going on.
There are 2 crews working.
Mm.
Yesterday, there were actually 3. The building people showed up after many months. And they did not show back up today. But they are almost to the point where they can lower the airline, which was what one of the crews were doing. And the other crew is working on the recycle system and gonna start on process pipe tomorrow if they finish. Have all the parts. Nick stayed home today to round up parts and then couldn't get here because of 50 being closed. But hopefully he has all his parts now. He had plenty of time.
And log trucks.
The air is the small white lines.
Hmm?
Which ones in your photo there was a little smaller pipes in a trench. And then when I drove by today, they were working on the giant stuff. What is
Yeah,
it?
no, the airline is black.
Okay, the big one, okay.
Yeah. The white. There might have been the PEX. Is it the one with the foam?
Yeah, it's got foam on it.
Yeah, that's the heat
Oh,
that we don't have.
yeah. That's why they're insulated.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And we did have a meeting yesterday with John with Woodbury Valley. Went over the schedule. They're tightening it up. There's some things we're just not going to get until August.
Yeah, I think he's got some timing issues and we have some timing issues. But the schedule has some pluses and minuses, but it's showing they'll be done in mid-August.
Yeah, instead of October, we're trying to tighten it up to mid-August, and that's assuming we get all the equipment on time. And then they'll have to come back a little bit later to do the generator, because I don't think that we're gonna get that
No, the
until.
generator was supposed to come in July, so.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they should be able to get that transfer switch supposed to come next week.
Okay,
So God willing, we'll be done by August.
Yeah.
And for her own sanity. Yeah, I apologize for not bringing up the toll it's been having on you. That meeting yesterday, I made it all about me. She was like, well, me too. Sorry.
That's okay.
I know you've been trying and pushing hard.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Okay.
And just get through this busy season here.
Yep.
Bless you.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
Our next item is legal update. Dan, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, no more mandates from Denver to report to you guys today, and hopefully never again. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have, though.
Anybody have questions for Dan?
When are you coming?
I want to get out there every weekend. This is it's getting worse and worse on the Front Range. But if there's a specific meeting you guys want me out there for, I'd love to make that work.
Well, the town's getting closer on our workforce housing apartment, so. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that. Okay. No questions for Dan? All right, next item,
Thanks, Dan.
Thank
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
healthy report. If you would.
Well, I just want to say again that, the use of this magnesium chloride, I think, should be stopped. The State Forest Service did a study a few years back and came to the conclusion that every dollar you spend on magnesium chloride does $21 worth of damage to infrastructure, underground infrastructure, people's cars, houses, trees, city trees. And, the main problem with the dust in our town is because we've been using that, what they call, referred to as affordable gravel, which is volcanic shale from up Henson Creek, and it just gets crushed to fine particles and it's right away. And we've been doing that for years, and we spending all this money on this chemicals to put on. And if we would buy decent gravel, when we agreed to do that a couple times, and let me finish.
Yeah.
And but also another problem with that magnesium chloride is, I'm not, I don't know if you know where the source of it was.
Salt Lake.
Yeah, so it's dug up from around the Salt Lake. Then a lot of it has arsenic, cyanide, and all kinds of heavy metals in it. And with CDOT, buys magnesium chloride to put on for de-icing. They do testing, and they'll reject loads that have the heavy metals. And who knows where those loads go that they reject.
Somebody that doesn't test it.
But, I just think, I hope everybody will think about stopping that practice of using the magnesium chloride. And we used to have a water truck, and we had a guy that drove around with the water truck when it was really dry and dusty. And, that's a very environmentally friendly thing to do. So I hope everybody will have second thoughts about this when it goes into the budget next year.
Yeah.
You get too dusty, the EPA comes in, and then you have to have the dust mitigation and dust measuring, and that happened to Telluride, which is why Ridgeway, even though they hate it,
What's that?
continues to make. But if you don't deal with the dust, it becomes an air quality violation, and EPA comes in and tells you you're going to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we've used that, we agreed a few years ago to try doing that granite washed gravel in it. We only did it on half a block.
Yeah.
Lex?
I have a few comments about that. We are looking into another environmental, like the people that we got our mag chloride from in the past years, GNCO, they ghosted us in the county this year. They just didn't call us back, wouldn't give us a quote, nothing. We ended up using a different outfit south of here. I don't know if it's, I forgot where it's from, but it's from the south. And the way they applied it, it didn't go as far. So Ocean Wave didn't get dust control because the way that it was applied, it was really thick, and we ran out on how they applied it. The friendly blend, which we're working on getting a quote, which has like pine tar and other stuff in it, is going to be like twice as expensive. But we'll get a quote soon, and that's that quote's for this year. Next year it's going to change because we're starting to get fuel surcharges already on a bunch of other stuff. When we get like $5,000 worth of gravel, we pay $5,000 in shipping. So like getting enough fine Class 6, which we have been using Class 6. We have not been using shale for the past 5 years, Henry. But we can't get it, we just can't afford to get enough of it. You want to hook us up with that?
No, but I was gonna tie on to what you were saying.
So it's really expensive. It's getting to a point where we're going to need Streets and Alleys to have its own dedicated revenue source to keep up with all this. And to be able to afford something that's environmentally friendly and to get enough of it to cover all the streets. And also just to repair our roads, our dirt roads, to get enough material to fix the road. I think that's all I had there. Go ahead.
Trustee Larry.
Yeah, as far as the rock or anything, it's all fine and great until you blade it, you plow it, you do that, and then you rip it all out, and I got multiple complaints this go around of potholes and stuff that weren't properly graded, that are now magnesium chloride in the ground. So they didn't cut the potholes out. And it's just the technique that was, not the best. And with the gravel and stuff, I think, there's ways to keep the gravel on the road and blend it back, but that takes talented grader hand. And that's the short of this.
Yeah, the county said that they wouldn't, until we put more fine material on the roads, the potholes aren't gonna go away and that grading, it's not gonna solve it. That's what they told us. That was Don's response.
Highly incorrect.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have a pothole and try to pound dry dirt into a pothole, it doesn't do anything.
yeah,
So their method is incorrect as well.
yeah.
I mean, if you cut to the bottom of the pothole and fold it back, I mean, I do lots of roads too. And I can figure out material, don't need to add any. You just gotta reshape it.
I think they were saying too, they hit the big rocks and pull those up and they cut it deeper and it creates another pothole.
That's why
But
you have a
that's
grader.
that's what they're saying.
Entire
Yeah.
purpose of the machine.
Yes. Yeah. So anyways, I did ask about that. That was their rebuttal. They did go back and redo some areas. And then they added material to Henson to kind of fix where the dip was from their service lines there. And Henson looks pretty good now that they added more material and redid it. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's a conversation you can have with the county boys and
Well, I have, they tell me to go kick rocks.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, more or less. It's not gonna look any better next year until we add more materials.
Well, the material isn't the problem, man. We have the height and we have the material. It's based on cutting it and relaying it properly.
Yeah,
If you have all these whips in it, and I watched them do it, they're using their rotatory vibratory plate off or their drum roll on dry material in a hole. It's the same as pounding sand. It doesn't stick to anything.
yeah,
You gotta put the entire layer back. You gotta cut it down, fold it back. If you have big rocks in it, you can blade it out of there.
yeah,
The equipment that they have is more than capable of doing whatever job is needed for that.
yeah.
Adding material doesn't do anything other than cover puddles until they blow out again, because it's not a hard surface.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna do Ocean Wave this year, then, I think that we need to order some speed bumps.
Speed bumps are $5,000 a piece.
No, they're not. I've looked them up online.
Okay.
In fact, I'll order them myself. I'll pay for them.
Yeah.
They're not that much.
I mean, the county was gonna have theirs done, but like the way you have to order it, you can't just order a few hundred gallons. Yeah, thank you. And I haven't got the bill yet, but the price had gone up too using the new outfit, and we're probably close to budget anyway on that. So,
Crazy.
but next year I was gonna tell them, tell them to neck it down. Don't make it come out so fast. Regardless of what they say, because we need to stretch it because we don't have infinite funds.
We're gonna get back to trustee reports. Thank you for bringing that up, Henry. I think this is an ongoing issue. I've heard about the dust for years and years. I'll tell you, one of my concerns is after the mag chloride's down and then a month later when it's dusty again, are you breathing that stuff? I always think about that when I'm
Yeah.
following somebody and they're spitting it up. Makes you wonder. But I think this is an ongoing issue until we get something magical. We did use Earthbind with a little bit and I liked it, but it's very expensive. So we'll just,
Yeah, there's this other custom blend from this new people, because the other people didn't even get back to us. So the new people, they have their own kind of custom blend that's environmentally friendly. We're gonna get a quote to see, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's $1 more a gallon.
right. Well, I don't think we're gonna solve it this evening. We'll let staff, they know the problem and they'll work on that. Okay, we'll move on. Trustee Winter, did you have anything to report?
That was my report, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, I do not.
Okay. I just say, here comes the season. We're kicking in. I love the baby leaves. And,
Yeah.
batten down your hatches, get ready, because the gates are gonna open here shortly. All right, and thank you for the little bits of snow that we did have, by the way. And, my last thing is I've been going after Blue Mesa quite a bit. I've never seen it this low quite. And, I've driven out to the end there and I'm jealous of that one towing company.
H&H.
They are making bucks.
Yeah, duh.
Who are these people that go around stuck holes and get stuck? But anyways, that's a whole. We'll move on.
Oh, my God.
Okay, anybody have any questions for me? There's none. Next is correspondence received.
Really nice letter from Mary.
Yes, we got a very nice letter. And, we do appreciate that. And, the staff did a great job handling that. I appreciate very much.
Michelle.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Michelle.
Michelle did a lot, did writing that letter.
Yes, she did.
Okay, that was the only other correspondence. We have no addition to the agenda, so let's get her done. Action item. First one, discussion of possible action to appoint Jody Lindsay to the vacancy on the Board of Trustees until the next municipal election in 2028.
I move to appoint Jody Lindsay to fill the vacancy on the Board of Trustees to the next municipal election.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No.
Thank you for your willingness to serve. Roll call vote.
Bruce.
Abstain.
Wintery,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Least,
Yes.
and Roberts.
Yes. Next item is discussion and possible action to approve ordinance 2026-05, adopting by reference the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code.
Dan, did you want to say something about this?
I do, but I just hit my printer, so couldn't have half a second. I'm sorry.
He just hit print on his printer.
Do what?
He's printing something so that we would hear it in the background.
Yeah, I apologize. I just tried to print a statute and you guys wouldn't have been able to hear me. Yeah, this is adoption by reference. And I misspoke earlier. This needs to be read twice to do it by reference. There is also a backdoor way that the statute allows you to just pass it on this first reading. I think either way is fine. I'd probably recommend we just for a belt and suspenders kind of safety, we pass it tonight and then pass it next meeting as well.
Okay. Don't print it, so don't put it in the newspaper yet. Until after the next meeting.
Correct.
You're okay.
Yeah, June first. But in a way, we adopted it, but now we're gonna adopt it just in case again, but yeah.
Do we have a motion?
We don't have a motion yet.
I will not be making a motion.
So if no motion, then what? We just have it again in the next meeting?
Yeah, probably at least we should have a motion to introduce it and approve it on first reading, which doesn't officially adopt it. It just continues it to the next meeting.
This brings up my point. We're being forced upon this. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Well, if this is just a technicality, I'll make a motion to introduce
And approve on first
and
reading.
approve it on the first reading at the next meeting.
Was that the correct?
Yep, you nailed that. Thank you.
I mean, we have to do it, so. I know, I hate it.
So introduce and approve on first reading at the next meeting? That doesn't make sense to me.
Introduce it tonight and approve it.
On second reading at the next meeting?
Yeah.
So
And
this
I'm
is,
sorry, guys. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just trying to keep you guys compliant.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was a motion by Bruce, second by Least? Or,
Yes.
yes, okay.
Looks like Trustee Woods has some discussion.
Trustee Woods?
This is something we have to do.
Yes,
Yes.
If we want grants.
yeah, we want any more money from the state.
We're supposed to have.
The legislature mandated it as a matter of statewide concern as well. So it's even in addition to grants.
It's a mandate, Henry. So
And it could change in a couple of years.
Still November.
Bunch of people,
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Then discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Bruce,
yes,
Winery,
No.
no, Woods,
Yes.
thank you, Weast,
yes.
Roberts.
No.
Does it pass?
It does.
No, it's 3. We need a majority of 4.
Have to
No.
do it.
we don't have, we have a vacant seat right now, so there's only 6 of us.
How many are there? I'm sorry, the
Like,
county.
there's 5 of us.
There's 5 of them. Oh, okay, and
Oh,
you're
we need
right.
3.
So they only need 3. My bad.
Right.
Okay, my bad. My brain hurts. I can't do basic math right now.
Okay,
Let's
can
go.
we please move on?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I'm getting Alexa's headache now.
Yeah.
Okay, next, discussion of possible action to approve ordinance 2026-06, amending section 14-93 of the Lake City Municipal Code regarding fire restrictions.
So, no. So they are updating their fire restriction code that they're going to have a hearing and adoption at their next meeting. This refers to their old one, and we'll have to refer to the new ordinance. So we need to postpone this.
I moved to table.
Tabling it is not discussing it again, I think, right? So I remember anything right.
Well,
We-
I think what we actually need to do is I need to redraft some of it. Lex is all absolutely right. The county is updating theirs, and I was kind of premature in getting this in. So Michael and I are on the same page now, and I would recommend that we bring this back to you at the next meeting.
No motion, no nothing.
Yeah, because I'm gonna change it, so I would move to the next item.
Okay, so no motion. All right, cool.
Okay, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2026-04, declaring stage 1 voluntary water restrictions.
Do we need it right now? Right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should. Yes, 100%.
That's a heart attack.
Yeah, dude. We're in a drought. All the other communities around us are ready to do this. It's prudent before everyone gets in here and starts watering their lawn
So moved.
6 hours a day.
Second.
Thank you.
Motion to second, roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Winery, Woods, Winery.
Yes.
Did you say yes or no?
No.
No. Boo. Roberts. Sorry.
Yes.
Next. You missed him.
Weast.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Weast. Sorry, my brain hurts really bad.
Yes.
Thank you, Roberts.
Discussion and possible action to schedule a public hearing on June 3rd at 7:00 PM or as close thereafter as possible to receive public comment on the proposed ADU ordinance.
There's some things that I need to clear up with Dan, and I won't be able to get the 10-day notice in. And I don't think the ADU ordinance is correct. There's just some questions I got for Dan. So can we just do it on June 17th, please?
I make a motion to discuss and have, just kidding. I make a motion to schedule a public hearing for
Yeah.
June 17th at 7 PM or as close therefore
Sure.
to receive public comment on the proposed ADU ordinance.
Second.
All right. Thank you.
Any discussion?
We just kicked everybody off.
Well, it timed out.
It's okay, we're done.
Well, still,
Yeah, we're good.
Roll call vote.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yes.
Winery,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast, yes, Roberts.
Yes. With no more action before the board this evening, the meeting is adjourned.
7:59.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Good evening.
Thanks, guys.
Next.
So why did you abstain from voting? What was the purpose in that?
I am not going to discuss that with you, with anybody else.
No, hey, guys, hold on.